and the temperature just dropped and dropped and dropped.
We've got a tremendous amount of damage. This is not going to be something which is going to be over in a few hours. We're probably talking days.
I'd say the ice on the tree limbs are as big as your thumb.
We're going to be at least a 93 flood level, which was record flooding in the Black River Basin.
I had to get some beer because we don't know how long the stores are going to be open for.
Well, if you're hungry and need warmth, the shelter is there for whatever purpose.
This is definitely the worst thing that I've ever seen.
The storm virtually cut the North Country off from the rest of the world. But ironically, it was the outside world that came to our aid during the icy standstill.
Okay, Ray.
The storm prompted the largest mobilization effort in state history. Government leaders, utility workers, firefighters, police, soldiers, volunteers, even neighbors pulled together to help others who were enduring hardship. The governor sent state workers to help locals keep essential services functioning throughout the crisis, and the president declared the North Country a major disaster area, paving the way for federal aid of all kinds: food, drinking water, generators. Even 7 News mobilized all its resources to provide a vital link to northern New Yorkers whose lives were turned upside down by the storm. Cooperation, sharing, standing shoulder to shoulder in time of need. The North Country has weathered the storm of the century. In the light of day, the extent of the damage became more and more evident.
Reporter Patrick Salmon has details on just how devastating the storm actually was.
It was worse than anyone could have imagined. Complete devastation. A startling fact soon became apparent to both Niagara Mohawk and many North Country people. There would be no power for days or maybe even weeks. The pictures tell the story. Complete devastation. All people had to do was look out their windows. Utility poles snapped like toothpicks. Limbs and whole trees littered streets and yards. Most everyone agreed Ice Storm 98 was worse than any to come before it in the North Country.
I think without question it's going to go down as the single largest disaster that this area of the state has encountered, and probably the largest disaster in the state's history given the size and scope of the area impacted.
From the air, damage was just as bad. Groups of trees knocked over, debris littering roads and highways. The numbers are almost as startling as the pictures. 96% of North Country people had no power at the height of the storm. Over 100,000 people in Jefferson County. Over 87,000 without power in St. Lawrence County. 25,000 more in Lewis County. All in the dark.
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be out for a long period of time, and the people that are on are going to be lucky.
Niagara Mohawk says over 10,000 utility poles will have to be repaired or replaced. NYMO would need thousands of people to rebuild its entire power distribution system in the North Country.
We drive by at night, we see these poor people with just a little flashlight or a little candle, and to be honest with you, we're staying in a motel without power. We're in the same ballpark that they are. We just want to get them back online as soon as possible.
St. Lawrence County was perhaps the hardest hit. It endured freezing rain for 2 days before the big storm hit.
If ice keeps building up, we're just going to have more trouble. That's just up to Mother Nature now.
It was almost as bad in Jefferson County. The ice spared no one. Cities and villages like Watertown and Gouverneur. Quiet back roads. And small villages like Antwerp. Devastated like war zones. Lewis County also got hit. Towns in the northern part of the county faced the same headaches.
When we get out into the rural areas, the going is going to be real slow. We've just got massive damage out there.
This is going to be just about probably as worse as a 91 ice storm. And we're just going to have to work through it, and we're going to do the best we can to get the people back on.
Cleaning up this mess will have a big price tag. Niagara Mohawk says just rebuilding the North Country's power system alone could cost $100 million. NYMO says crews will be here well into the spring making permanent repairs. So even though the worst is behind us, there's a long way to go before everything is back to normal.
Well, and the ice caused so much damage to the wires, the local crews were overwhelmed.
And reporter Laura Lynn Duff has that story.
Weighted down branches and utility poles crumbled under layers of ice, leaving people without any electricity, phones, or cable TV. The usual line crews just couldn't handle the awesome repair task alone, and thousands of extra hands were brought in to tackle the dangerous devastation.
We pulled together as a team and gotten a lot of it done, got a lot of work done, but Mother Nature's not going to allow us to quit, I guess.
Precariously balanced line crews worked their way around the North Country after the ice storm hit.
Conditions like this, sometimes you do the best you can, but it's very dangerous.
Niagara Mohawk crews worked on lines that carry over 100,000 volts. Bell Atlantic crews opened the lines of communication.
And all these streets up in here were all down. And Hillside, we pulled all up this morning. Yeah. But now there's an anchor that's holding this whole run. Yeah, we've done this. It's pulling out.
Cable crews inched their way up slippery ladders. And electric crews worked to fix downed signals. They are working 18 to 20-hour shifts and barely sleeping. Every hour of the day, someone is dealing with downed cables and poles.
It's been a rough week, though. Everything's tore up. Holes everywhere.
Workers say exhaustion and loss of concentration are looming concerns. And adding insult to injury, working conditions are dangerous.
3 probably 6-inch limbs came down, and they just came right down in the same area that we were working, took our ladder down, and broke our windshield in our crew truck. And just lucky it didn't hit us.
The rain and the snow and the ice, it's all dangerous, but when we have to work we do.
Been a mess up here, working in the snow, the rain, the sleet.
The magnitude of financial damage Mother Nature dealt these companies won't be calculated for weeks or even months, but their swift and thorough recovery efforts won't soon be forgotten.
We have flooding now up over the curves from the river, and it's going to get higher.
Make your dream home a reality with the Build Your Own Home program from Route 37 Building Supply and Wellesley Island Building Supply. Build Your Own Home allows you to actively participate in the construction of your new home from start to finish and save thousands of dollars in the process. Northern New York's leading builders will assist you in planning, financing, and construction of your new home. Choose from the finest materials, brand name products, and best financial options available. Your new home is as important to them as it is to you. Call or visit Route 37 Building Supply or Wellesley Island Building Supply for more information.
Diamond engagement ring. How else could 2 months' salary last forever? A diamond is forever. De Beers.
When she has diarrhea, her pediatrician recommends Pedialyte to help prevent dehydration. These have so much sugar they can sometimes make diarrhea worse. And besides, she's sweet enough already. Pedialyte.
Hey, could you shut your lid?
Well, what for? I'm using Vanish Blue.
Yeah, well, too bad your germs didn't vanish.
Huh?
You need new improved Clorox Automatic. With so much Clorox bleach, it kills 99.9% of germs with every flush.
New Clorox Automatic Toilet Cleaner.
It's Massey's Furniture Barn.
Giant trade-in sale.
Right now, trade in your old furniture
and save at Massey's.
Trade in your mattress and box spring.
Save $40.
Trade in your recliner.
Save $50.
Trade in your kitchen set.
Save $75.
Trade in your bedroom set.
Save $100.
Trade in your living room set.
Save $150.
No down payment, no interest, and no payments.
For 6 whole months.
Free delivery within 100 miles.
It's the big trade-in sale going on now.
Massey's Furniture Barn, Arsenal Street, Watertown.
Mother Nature decided to add insult to an already seriously injured North Country.
Reporter Aaron Hewitt has more on the worst flooding the region has ever seen.
After the ice came the high water, rivers reaching record flood levels in 3 counties, forcing people from their homes, washing away roads, and making history here in the North Country. In Jefferson County, the Black River raged out of control in Watertown, breaking all previous records and forcing some people to evacuate their homes.
The roar is just so loud that when you go inside, you can't, that's all you hear still is just the roar of the river in there. And yesterday, that was a street with a curb and drains right there, and now it's gone.
And some people are worried. I was there when the river's wrath threatened the Van Duzy Street Bridge.
It's really bad. There's a lot of ice, you know, and everything's melting now, and it's even going to get worse now we got the snow on the ground when that starts melting. So I advise everybody along the river here to get a boat or go to drier land. Fortunately, I live up on a hill, so. But like I said, I've never seen it this bad before. This is bad.
When we had the high waters here just a few years ago, we took pictures, and it was 18, 20 inches lower than the railroad bridge. But this year, it's a real concern. It's splashing the rails right now.
At its peak, the emergency management director says the river was, in fact, the highest it's ever been.
We have reached record heights. We're about 1.5 feet higher than 93 levels. It may go another 6 inches of what the projection is.
The Black River also stirred up trouble along Route 3 between Herrings and Carthage. The river consumed everything in its path and forced some people to leave their homes by boat, while others waded through what normally are streets.
The current is awful. The current is horrid. I mean, I was walking down through there and it was pulling me and everything, yeah. And when you're driving the vehicles, that's the problem right now. My uncle's on his way down, and the current is actually pulling all this debris in front of him. There's logs, there's huge chunks of ice.
In Lewis County, residents use sandbags to control the path of the river, but even that effort couldn't hold it back. Barns got flooded, roads were shut down, and water flowed over yards as if land never existed.
The river's right behind our house, and it just started coming up on the lawn. And then this morning, 6 o'clock is when our cellar started filling up.
The Black River crested Saturday, January 10th, and the river's fury began to subside. In St. Lawrence County, the powerful Oswegatchie River forced dozens of senior citizens to evacuate Cambry Courts in Gouverneur, a housing complex on the bank of the river. It also drove others out of their homes.
I come home from work and I got out today. It's the first time I've been out of there since Wednesday night. It's been underwater. The river came across the road and there's trees across the road. The wires are all down. I had no phone, no lights.
In the wake of Ice Storm 98, the Black River set a record some say won't be matched for another 500 years.
Brian, someone once said, everybody talks about the weather, but nobody does anything about it.
That certainly hasn't been the case for local, state, and federal politicians who responded to the disaster with promises of help.
Just 48 hours after the ice hit Watertown, Governor George Pataki was touring the city with Assemblyman Bob Nortz and Senator Jim Wright.
We know in the rural areas there are going to be people who are isolated in their homes, and they don't have water, they don't have heat, they don't have food. So we're doing everything we can to try to even reach out, see if we can get to them and see if they need help as well.
One day later, it was U.S. Senator Alphonse D'Amato's turn to stop and visit with emergency management officials. The senator had a variety of concerns.
Obviously, number one, our concern is for people's lives and safety, and then secondly is something that's going to obviously be a tremendous economic blow. It's going to cost tens and tens of millions of dollars, no doubt about that.
Local politicians and administrators met with the senator to make sure he had the latest information and sought relief from outside the North Country. That aid began to flow into the area from all over the state. On his second visit, the governor saw Army National Guardsmen offloading bread at an emergency food distribution warehouse. He was emphasizing short-term recovery over the long-term economic impact.
We're going to make sure that we get through it all, including the economic side. But right now, our focus is and must be on public health and safety.
James Lee Witt, the head of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, who accompanied Pataki, made a commitment to help the area on behalf of the federal government.
We've got SBA here, we have HUD here, we have, I called the Secretary of Agriculture, talked to his office to get someone from the Department of Ag up here to meet with the farmers to help them with their situation or talk to them, tell them what's available. I'm just doing everything they've asked me to do and try to do more even if we can, because these people are suffering.
Housing and Urban Development Secretary Andrew Cuomo spoke to the North Country by teleconference to announce millions of dollars to help with local recovery efforts.
Let's see if we can't take this tragedy and use it as a constructive avenue long-term. We'll rebuild homes, we will rebuild public facilities, and we'll build them back better than before.
Both Senator D'Amato and Governor Pataki made third trips to the area, both men looking for updates on the power restoration issue, and both expressing their concern about the status of the farming community.
There's no question that we still need generators on the farms. I was at the Canton site where we're distributing generators to the part of the North Country, and they were coming in from all over the country from as far away as Alabama, but we know that the dairy farms are still hurting.
I know, in talking about the community of public officials who represent this area, we're going to do all we can to help a very beleaguered group of people.
Their visits were brief, but their commitment to help the storm-beleaguered North Country will be long-term.
There's nothing you can do. You can't get mad, you can't holler, and you can't fight it. So you just take one day at a time and go on. Play cards, can't watch TV, so...
Connecting with the wrong internet provider can leave even the most experienced net user frustrated and abandoned. Now there's a better way. BellAtlantic.net, with access to Big Yellow, your yellow pages on the web, and a helpful staff to guide you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bell Atlantic can open doors to the internet you never knew existed. Wild things are happening. Bell Atlantic. We'll see you there.
Mel, I can't believe it. We're finally at the games for Truesdell's Discount Furniture Warehouse.
I tell you what, Big Wayne was able to get this as a demonstration sport. Downhill recliner racing.
Okay, let's give it a try. I'm not sure if I want to do this. You know, this is kind of odd. Please, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Don't touch the handle on the side.
You mean this handle?
Yeah, don't touch... Oh, man, I cannot believe that. What a ride, Mel.
I think it had something to do with the aerodynamic.
Could be. Hey, let's go back up. Truesdell's Discount Furniture Warehouse, going for the gold.
For over 50 years, 3 generations of the Petrillas family have provided the North Country with dependable, professional, and courteous service at Pine Cleaners. With state-of-the-art equipment, the experts at Pine Cleaners can keep all your clothing in excellent condition. From basic laundry and dry cleaning to alterations, they do it all for you at Pine Cleaners. Same-day service is available at all 5 convenient drop-off locations in Watertown and Sackett's Harbor. Open 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday, Pine Cleaners, where they do it only one way, the right way. To help with the hardships of Ice Storm 98, Braden Ford and Ford Motor Company of Canada continue to offer 98 Windstars at only $2.99 a month. And the best news is no money down. A huge selection of Windstars to choose from with power windows and door locks, cruise control, tilt steering, AM/FM cassette, and much more. Windstar is the only minivan to earn 5 stars for safety. No wonder so many families find the Windstar to be the perfect answer to their needs for comfortable, dependable, and safe transportation. Check out the 98 Windstars at Braden Ford in Brockville.
It is amazing to think about how much we take for granted, like electricity.
When we lose it, we realize how much we depend on it. But as reporter Elizabeth Franny tells us, we are adaptable.
Ann and Brian, people found themselves facing the most adverse conditions, but they also discovered ways to make it through some very tough times.
The Finns in Watertown felt forced to stay inside, Diane and too scared to go out. They passed the time playing cards and reading the paper by candlelight. Then the problem of keeping warm.
No, it's by pilot lights, not by electricity, so it's by pilot lights. So I've been doing them. Helps keeps my hands warm, keeps my body warm now and then. So that's what I've been doing all day.
Washing dishes, not something we normally look forward to. The Finns also salvaged some food with an outdoor cooler, and the telephone became a lifeline to the outside world. For the Nord's family, also in Watertown, the grill became a savior. They barbecued in the garage, but it wasn't easy weathering the storm.
Concerns about whether we'll have enough batteries and candles and things for the nighttime and how long it will be before the power comes back on. But we're safe and we're warm and we have food and we have companionship, so we're all set.
Others, like the Vales in Cape Vincent, got out of town a day after the storm hit.
It was disaster. It was an absolute disaster. I mean, it's hard to explain. It was just like the world was coming to an end around here.
They stayed at their apartment in Binghamton, coming back several days later to do a little cleanup and then head out again. So some had no choice but to tough it out, and others escaped. Everyone had their own way of coping with this disaster.
For some people, coping at home became impossible. The lack of heat forced many residents to seek a home away from home.
As 7 News reporter Rob Crone tells us, those people didn't feel displaced for very long.
Webster's dictionary defines shelter as something that covers or affords protection, which is something many northern New Yorkers needed after the storm hit. But many shelters not only protected thousands of people, they also spawned some unlikely friendships. In Canton, several senior citizens were forced from their housing complex and had to take up residence in Dana Hall on the campus of Canton Tech. Lending a helping hand were National Guard troops from Buffalo, along with several students from the Canton Middle School. The youth of the village not only learned some valuable lessons, they also formed friendships with the elderly that will last well after the ice storm ends.
The storms brought a lot of us a lot closer together. Like my mom and I, we've adopted a new grandmother for me. She's a really nice lady, and all her family lives hours and hours away.
I've met a lot of people, and I really think that it's, well, you know better than to be just thinking of yourself.
In Sackett's Harbor, residents gathered at the shelter to get nightly updates on how friends and neighbors were faring. While there, they were also treated to gourmet meals prepared from scratch by 5 volunteers.
We're a historical community. We have a tendency of bonding together because we get so many visitors during the season. We are a guest community. We've decided to treat our friends and neighbors like they were guests.
In Black River, residents there had a chance to show some North Country hospitality to firefighters and rescue crews brought in to assist with the restoration, something that helped the people cope better with the disaster.
Tonight is kind of like a nice little celebration with everybody here in the community. Everybody pulled together, and it really shows you what community, how strong it can be and pulled together.
In Alexandria Bay, one of the hardest hit areas, spirits continued to run high at the shelter nearly a week after the storm, a tribute to the resolve and determination of the residents of the North Country.
Well, we were without power for 8 days, but it really wasn't bad because we have a rather nice home with a wood stove.
They just ran out of the generator. There was already a line of people here at 20 minutes to 7, and they ran out about 7 generators before us.
Minfelt Building Supply is your complete home improvement center. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff can help you with your next project. Quality products from manufacturers like Anderson Windows, Ico Roofing, Bird Vinyl Siding, and they're a complete Service Star Hardware Center. They offer free estimates and delivery is available. Before you get started on that next project, visit Minfelt Building Supply on Eastern Boulevard, where service is part of their name.
So what do you want to do? Meet Mindy Sue. She wanted to be a tennis star. Just one problem. She's terrible. So what does she do? She practices. And you know what? She's still terrible, but she keeps at it. She plays every day, every week, every month in the rain, sleet, snow, like a postman. Her folks think she's crazy. The next thing you know, boom, she makes the team. She wins tournaments. She rocks the court. What's the moral of this story? Stop dreaming. Start doing. You can do what you want to do. Just look at Mindy Sue. It's your life. Live it. Always.
A message from McDonald's and Always Kids.
What can I get for this? It's a Whopper.
With a bite out of it.
My usual. But then I just heard about that.
Oh,
McDonald's Big Extra.
It's a whole new taste for McDonald's, fresh lettuce and tomato.
And 20% more beef than a Whopper. And at $2.99 with large fries and a medium Coke, it's a better value.
So what do you say?
Are you kidding me? I can't even get rid of these.
The new McDonald's Big Extra. Did somebody say McDonald's?
It's our construction sale at Fusillo Import Auto Mall.
That's right, Angie. We have tripled the size of our facility to offer even more selection and savings, like factory program 97 Hyundai Accents, well-equipped, miles from 9 to 20,000, starting at just $159 down, only $159 a month.
Give us a call right now, toll-free, 1-800-359-7777.
No matter what you're looking for, if it's an import, just make the short drive to Outer Washington Street in Watertown during the construction sale. We stack them deep, we sell them cheap at Fusillo Import Auto Mall.
The ice storm caused many area businesses to freeze in their tracks, while others slid into high gear.
Reporter Jennifer West has more on the economic impact.
When the ice storm of 1998 hit the North Country, many families were not prepared. But despite the long lines for necessities and conveniences, communities are pulling together to survive. Many North Country residents were taken by surprise, caught off guard when it came to having enough supplies to weather the storm. Long lines at grocery stores, gas stations, and even laundromats made for long hours.
I've been waiting in line for a dryer for an hour.
And what's it been like?
They've got lights and they've got heat. I don't care. I'll wait.
They've been taking it pretty mildly. They've been just standing, waiting their turn. Piles of laundry, they bring it in and just set it on the floor and wait until they get their opportunity to use a washer or dryer.
Stewart's customers say lines anywhere from 10 to 40 minutes for a small price to pay to gas up. And while store managers say they've kept shelves full of food, they couldn't keep everything in stock.
I have bread, milk, all kinds of groceries. I do have gasoline while it lasts. I got a truck of fresh merchandise last night. I'm just out of batteries and candles at this point.
Restaurants that were lucky enough to have power or could run on generators did a booming business.
We sold out of rolls about 2 hours ago, so it's been busy. It's been busy. It's been great. Have you ever seen anything like it? No. Not since the microburst.
Customers aren't complaining either.
Good food, because we can't cook, so, you know, this is food that we can actually eat without having peanut butter and jelly.
Not all businesses in the North Country thrived during the storm. Many were hit hard and had to close. Watertown Mayor Jeff Graham said, with disaster all around us, let's not forget who this is really hurting.
I don't think we should be oblivious to the fact that the private sector, small business right up and down the line, is suffering a huge loss in sales.
Speaking of essentials, generators were at the top of a lot of people's lists.
But as reporter Julie Kelly tells us, some consumers may have become victims, not just from the storm, but from price gouging.
Ann and Brian, generators became a necessity during the ice storm. The survivalist heating unit caused some businesses to thrive, while others illegally took advantage of desperate people.
These icy remnants literally left a chilling aftermath during the ice storm of '98. They forced more than 200,000 people to survive without power. And because of that, getting a generator became an obsession for many. Mobs of people stood in line for a chance at getting their hands on just one.
To make our home more livable, to make it so that we don't feel like, oh, we're in a war zone, you know.
Oh, it's going to make a big difference for me. We'll be able to go into church and it's going to be warm then.
This sound of survival also paved the way for some people to become victims.
We've heard a variety of scams that are being perpetrated against individuals who are somewhat desperate now.
7 News broke the story of one alleged price gouger. We're hearing that your generators are twice as much. I mean, you're asking people to pay twice as much in a time when people in the North Country are really struggling.
I don't know.
The Attorney General's office says James Beachy of Beach Boys Equipment Company of Syracuse allegedly sold 25 DeVilbiss brand generators for twice the retail price. Beachy is just one of many who could possibly face a stiff penalty.
I do anticipate being back to announce additional lawsuits. It's inevitable just by virtue of the number of complaints that we are receiving.
Even with all the complaints, many businesses did treat their customers fairly. It's those which didn't that may face a stormy legal battle.
One of the North Country's biggest industries literally saw its hard work go down the drain.
7 News General Manager Kathy Persick tells us about the storm's devastating impact on agriculture.
Feeding and milking dairy cattle is a crisis for North Country farmers without power. Many farmers milking by hand or by generator dump the precious liquid when milk trucks just couldn't get through. Farmers like Kenny Corse-Caton of Richville are coping the best they can.
Oh, it's terrible. We're all embarrassed for anybody even be out here looking at it now. We keep our animals clean, but there's nothing we can do. Yeah, we've got plenty of feed here, and as far as getting them fed, there's been no problem at all. We've had no problems getting them fed. It's just the milk that's been the hardest part, with electricity.
The heater broke down in the parlor, and we couldn't get no gas, so that was awful. Having to put 7 hours in that day just for one milking and have to milk it right down the drain. And the water hasn't been working real well, so it's hard to scrub the walls. And
what about how you've been getting along with all your sisters being cooped up in
I can't wait for them to go back to school.
We've lost 20,000 pounds of milk here, and we've been having troubles with my generator. And I guess John Greenwood brought this one in here last night, and it's a blessing to see it, I'll tell you. I feel pretty happy with it. There was only one day the milk truck never got in here, and that was the day we dumped about 20,000 pounds of milk.
What about your losses? Have any idea?
Thousands.
The water was as high as it's ever been, higher. And this ice storm is the worst one we've ever had since I've had electricity. There was ice on cables that month.
You don't want to live through another one like this.
Take what we get.
We're hoping that with the storm, we heard that one guy lost his life already, and we're hoping in a storm like this that there could be nothing worse.
Well, here we are getting ready to train for the Olympics with the Truesdelle's Furniture bobsled team.
I'm telling you what, this is a great idea. We'll practice heading down the hill, and we're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Yeah, right.
Hey, guy. I hope we didn't hurt the little guy on this thing. Unbelievable. I got to get to Truesdelle's for a recliner or a sofa or something. Truesdelle's Discount Furniture Warehouse, going for the gold.
It's here. The Maytag Neptune, bringing awesome powers of stain removal to Earth with the revolutionary Turbo Clean wash system for powerful stain removal that's out of this world.
They're never gonna believe this. A washer that removes stains.
The Maytag Neptune.
We asked people to try a pasta dinner.
That's very good taste.
It's very, very good.
Do you like that? I think she really likes the sauce a lot, too.
Tell me what it is.
Okay, it's Hamburger Helper.
Is it really?
Yeah, and try new 4-cheese lasagna and ravioli.
Do you want more? Okay.
You all know the #1 selling minivan in the U.S. today, folks, is the Plymouth Voyager. And the #1 dealer in all of Northern New York is FX Capura, your #1 Plymouth dealer. And why are we the #1 dealer? Look at this deal. A 1997 Plymouth Voyager van, 6-cylinder, automatic with air, a 97 for just $12,995 or a low $249 a month. Looking for a minivan? Call us on our trade-in hotline at 788-7400 or simply come into the FX Capura minivan store on Outer Washington Street in Watertown.
The 9th annual Snowflake Rally has been rescheduled for Sunday, March 8th, so keep working on those sleds. For more information, call 788-2017.
3 people died in the North Country during the ice storm ordeal.
Reporter Diane Rutherford tells us about them and many others who fell victim to the force of nature.
The first ice storm-related fatality happened January 10th in the town of Clayton. A bucket truck slid on the icy ground. The tree removal worker 40 feet above hurtled to his death. He had traveled here from Pennsylvania to help clean up the debris. Then an elderly Potsdam woman died at a friend's home where she had been staying to keep warm. 88-year-old Tasula Karadinas was unfamiliar with the house and accidentally fell down a flight of stairs. Then, less than a week later, firefighters made a grisly discovery. The body of 15-year-old Mary Elizabeth Denner was found in the charred remains of her Carter Street Road home in Lafargeville. A faulty wood stove touched off that tragic blaze. Ice storm-related fires and accidents became all too common as people turned to alternative ways of heating their homes. This blaze at Greg Smith's home on Factory Street in Evans Mills was also caused by a wood stove. There were no injuries. A propane heater was the suspected cause of this house fire on Depot Street in Gouverneur. Jason and Michelle Brown and their 2 children escaped without injury. A kerosene heater was the suspected cause of this town of Adams house fire. The owners, John and Sue Hurst, were treated for smoke inhalation. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries after falling off ladders while battling this blaze at Charles Vest's home on Countryman Road in the town of Theresa. The ice storm was indirectly to blame.
According to the homeowner, the dog that he had knocked over a Coleman lantern and ignited the floor.
The ice storm wasn't just to blame for fires. It caused this barn on Route 28 in the town of Lisbon to collapse, with deadly results. The Crookshank farm lost 6 cows. Friends, family, and volunteers worked to free the rest of the herd.
Words can't express how thankful that we are. It could have been a lot worse.
And the elderly, they say to you stuff like, you know, I hope when you get as old as I am, someone is as nice to you as you are to me. And that makes it all worthwhile.
Hi, my name is Ruth Ann.
And my name is Amber.
We're nurses in the operating room at Hepburn Medical Center. At Hepburn, our team of board-certified surgeons offers expertise, experience, and quality in a variety of surgical procedures.
Some of the procedures they specialize in are vascular and chest surgery, laparoscopic procedures, total joint reconstruction, eye surgery, urology, OB/GYN procedures, endoscopy procedures, and dental surgery.
If a surgical procedure has been recommended to you, choose Hepburn Medical Center, your partner in health.
It's our annual winter clearance here at Fusil Mitsubishi.
Stacking it deep and selling them cheap. And folks, right now you can lease a brand new 98 Mitsubishi Galant ES with automatic air, power windows, and more. No money down, only $269 a month. There's not a penny out of your pocket to deliver. You just sign and drive.
Or it's $1,000 cash or trade. Your payments are just $239 a month. So give us a call toll free, 1-800-244-1745.
Don't miss the annual winter clearance on Outer Washington Street in Watertown. We will save you money. Right here at Fusil Mitsubishi.
Healthcare is one of the hottest issues of the 90s. If you have health questions, 7 News has the answers. Every Thursday at 6 o'clock, we feature For Your Health during 7 News this evening. It's the latest in local healthcare trends and technology. If it concerns you and your health, you'll see it every Thursday at 6 o'clock on For Your Health. Brought to you by Kinney Drugs.
What's so new about new Lean Pockets?
Crispy, crusty, tender, flaky crust.
Now, Lean Pockets has an oven-baked taste right from the microwave. Same luscious fillings and still only 7 grams of fat.
What are you gonna pair?
Lean Pockets. New crispy, crusty, tender, flaky crust. New Hot Pockets Pizza Minis. The crispy mini with big pizza taste. Hot Pockets Pizza Mini. Have a real crispy, real pizza taste right from the microwave. Hot Pockets Pizza Mini. The crispy microwave mini with big pizza taste.
The military played a critical role in the North Country's recovery from the ice storm and flooding.
Here's reporter Carrie Penoyer with more on what the soldiers did.
Ann and Brian, over 2,000 soldiers from Fort Drum and the National Guard continue to help with cleanup efforts in the North Country. And although many 10th Mountain Division soldiers deployed on missions before the storm, others are doing all they can at home to help get things back to normal.
Soldiers helped with everything from going door to door in rural areas to make sure people had food, heat, and needed medical supplies, to cleaning up trees in public square so that Niagara Mohawk crews could get power back on, and directing traffic around downed power lines.
We have seen the 10th help others around the world. Now we're seeing them help here locally, and we wonder what exactly it is that the troops are doing to help.
Well, we're tremendously happy to participate in this endeavor, and you know, from the start, Fort Drum being here in the North Country, we're able to provide generators and soldiers and some emergency services.
National Guard soldiers say they're happy they could help.
Feels great because I want someone to do the same thing to me if that happened.
They're just very, very happy to see us out in the community, and they can't thank you enough, and that makes you feel great.
Many people in the North Country say it's nice to know that someone cares.
The National Guard's been great. I know there's a lot of people in communities that weren't hit with the ice storm that have been sending up supplies, which is really great because there's people out there that need supplies that have been out of work and don't have a way to purchase stuff.
It's nice, it's comforting for the family members like me too, to know that somebody up here, you know, in the National Guard or even other communities are helping them.
The National Guard says it's been here over a week, but will stay as long as needed.
And the military was not alone in the storm recovery effort.
Other professionals and volunteers also mobilized to help out. Workers at hospitals like Samaritan Medical Center were deluged with patients suffering from storm-related injuries like carbon monoxide poisoning. But some people couldn't get to a doctor. That's why SMC sent some of its physicians and nurses to shelters to check on residents.
Understandable degree of stress and anxiety that we're seeing. Some respiratory illnesses.
Canton-Potsdam Hospital also coped with an increase in patients. At one point, the facility was filled to capacity. A lot of people who were able to see a doctor had the added dilemma of getting their prescriptions filled.
That's why many pharmacies across the North Country were open throughout the crisis. Kinney Drugs was able to fill prescriptions for residents throughout the North Country despite the lack of electricity. The stores also had to contend with no phone service. However, a generator came in handy for accessing prescription records.
We are getting supplies out of Syracuse. A wholesaler has been delivering to our stores, so we're staying in stock on our prescription items.
Kinney employees also visited local senior citizens complexes to deliver medications to regular customers. The American Red Cross also came to the North Country's rescue.
The organization opened 6 centers in the region. Red Cross representatives came from as far away as sunny Florida and California to help ice-weary northern New Yorkers. Volunteers took over the former Woolworth's department store building in Watertown to find out what storm victims needed in terms of food, medicine, and other supplies.
We're down here signing up for, I am, for food stamps because we lost our food. And the Red Cross has been fabulous.
More than 1,000 volunteers came to the North Country to provide disaster relief.
All the animals secure. They're all underneath the net. We got them out. Everybody's safe. Everybody's happy. And so far, there's not a single fatality of the animals, which is wonderful.
It's Michael Johnson. It's fast and loud.
I'll be right back. I hate it when that happens.
Well, I can't believe the honor you've been given to carry the torch for Truesdale's for the big games.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I'll have to get in shape first.
Oh, absolutely.
Trust, jerk. Oh, yeah. Feel the pain.
Well, I think now you are finally ready to light the torch. Truesdale's Discount Furniture Warehouse, going for the gold.
No matter what season, Combs Heating and Air Conditioning is there when you need them. Now is the time to consider an energy-efficient heating system from Well-McLean. They specialize in gas and oil boilers. Let the experts at Combs Heating and Air Conditioning quote you an installed price. Well-McLean boilers are the perfect solution to costly electric heat. You can depend on Combs to keep you warm and comfortable this winter. Call them today at 782-8067. That's Combs Heating and Air Conditioning, creating your energy solutions.
Connecting with the wrong internet provider can leave even the most experienced net user frustrated and abandoned. Now there's a better way. BellAtlantic.net, with access to Big Yellow, your yellow pages on the web, and a helpful staff to guide you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Bell Atlantic can open doors to the internet you never knew existed. Wild things are happening. Bell Atlantic. We'll see you there.
The place for seafood and a relaxing getaway in the Thousand Islands is the Lobster Trap Seafood Restaurant and the Days Inn in nearby Gananoque. It's like a visit down east, and it's only a short drive away. Take a break in one of our Whirlpool fireplace suites. Banish the blustery cold. Curl up by the fire for a truly memorable stay. Call toll-free today and ask about our great rates. And don't forget the Lobster Trap offers mouth-watering seafood the way you like it, plus tender steaks, chicken, and much more. Great rooms and the best seafood in the Thousand Islands. The Lobster Trap Seafood Restaurant and the Days Inn, Highway 2 in nearby Gananoque.
The ice storm left the area fit for neither man nor beast.
We have told you how people coped. Now here's reporter Mark Mason with more on how animals fared.
There's no question thousands of families had to leave their homes after the ice storm, spending several days in nearby shelters, an option that was not available for their pets.
We're going to board the puppies for a couple of days so that we can go find some heat and hot water, maybe some electricity in the bargain.
The Jefferson County SPCA, already filled with unwanted pets, had little choice than to accept those left behind by displaced families in the wake of the storm's damage.
And I guess our biggest problem is 50% of these will never go home. The shelter will be stuck with them. And here we'll be sheltering them for 2 or 3 weeks, expecting someone to return, then no one will come.
Mother Nature dealt a devastating blow to the zoo at Thompson Park, losing thousands of dollars worth of exhibits. Ironically, the only fatality was the death of a wild duck who could have flown away but chose to stay put and weather the storm out at the zoo.
The eagle exhibit is devastated, to say the least. It's an $80,000 structure. My guess is it's 75% gone, you know. Other things that have happened, mostly minimal so far. This storm is still continuing.
This is going to be just about probably as worse as a 91 ice storm. And we're just going to have to work through it. We're going to do the best we can.
After the Olympics, there are still heroes to cheer for on America's Night of Television. The wait is over. Jane Seymour is back as Dr. Quinn in an all-new episode you have to see to believe. Then, the 7 baddest good guys in the West ride into action at a new time. The Magnificent 7. And some men are born to be heroes. But what happens when a hero is accused of shooting a child? Walker, America's favorite dramas on America's favorite night of television, returns CBS tonight.
Hi, my name is Ruthann. And my name is Amber. We're nurses in the operating room at Hepburn Medical Center. At Hepburn, our team of board-certified surgeons offers expertise, experience, and quality in a variety of surgical procedures.
Some of the procedures they specialize in are vascular and chest surgery, laparoscopic procedures, total joint reconstruction, eye surgery, urology, OBGYN procedures, endoscopy procedures, and dental surgery.
If a surgical procedure has been recommended to you, choose Hepburn Medical Center, your partner in health.
Shop and Save Warehouse announces their Big Dot Sale. Don't miss savings of 10 to 40% off solid wood furniture and wicker. The warehouse is filled with computer centers, armoires, curios, entertainment centers, each offered in its natural state. You have the unique opportunity to create an exciting new look or match the finish to blend with your existing room setting. Their experts will help you choose the perfect stain, paint, or polyurethane for you to finish, or they'll do it for you. During this Big Dot Sale, save up to 40%. Shop and Save Warehouse, financing and delivery available, 454 State Street, Watertown.
Okay, you know what we got to do. Yeah. We got to take our game to the edge.
Yeah, take it to the edge.
We got to go to the edge and back. We got to go with the topping, go right to the edge of a thin, crispy crust. And when we get there, we shall receive an even bigger reward. We're gonna get stuffed.
Right now, order an Edge Pizza at Pizza Hut and get $15 off when you go to Foot Locker.
Where'd they go?
Okay, we gotta take our team to the edge. Take it to the edge.
The 1990s have not been easy for northern New Yorkers in terms of weather-related catastrophes.
7 News reporter John Shatraw takes a look back at some of those storms.
It's been a decade of destruction. We've endured the ice storm of '91, flooding in '93, a microburst in '95, and now the ice storm of '98. The ice storm of '91 was mild and less extensive than '98's. The flooding in '93 is a comparative drop in the bucket. The microburst was a very localized storm, but took a great toll. Niagara-Mohawk had more customers and people without power during the microburst. But this year's storm took down 11 times the number of power poles lost in the microburst. And it's taking over 1,300 crews and 3,000 people to put the system back together. Our power has been out longer this year, and the price tag is pegged at $100 million. Bell Atlantic has over 600 workers here, and the Red Cross has nearly 1,000 staffers in the North Country. Black River Regulating District officials say this year's flood level would occur once in every 500 years. To put that in perspective, just 4 times since the birth of Christ.
Now, Ann, a lot of factors went into the severity of Ice Storm '98.
Meteorologist Jay Donovan explains why and how it happened.
Well, why do we get freezing rain first? Aloft in the clouds, the rain starts off as snow, but as it moves down through a layer of warmer air, the snow melts, becomes all rain, and as that moisture moves down towards ground level where temperatures are below freezing, it becomes super cooled. It's ready to freeze. It isn't frozen until it gets to the ground, and then it glazes on everything, and that's why you can get such tremendous ice buildup. It's ready to freeze, the ground is already below freezing, and then it just sticks and it glazes on everything. But why would we get an ice storm so early in the season? Normally a spring occurrence. Well, we can blame it on El Nino, the warming of the Gulf Coast down through here, and that may also impact why we get a little change in our jet stream, and we get a somewhat milder January. We actually had a pretty nice one. But it could also be that we've just plain had a simply warmer than average January, and that may explain why temperatures were just warm enough between 27 and 31 degrees to give us an ice storm.
You just forget that you just push a button and the light goes on. I'm used to walking around with matches or a flashlight.
Don't prejudge your credit at the Fusillo Import Auto Mall. Hi, folks. I'm Angie Stevens.
And I'm Tom Park. And Angie, do you realize we've probably helped more folks establish and reestablish their credit than anybody else here in Central and Northern New York? Now, folks, if you've had a little trouble with your credit in the past, no problem. We have 27 different lenders to offer you the kind of finance terms that you expect and deserve. And we're not just talking about used cars and trucks. We have brand new Hyundai Accents starting at just $84.50, and you can take advantage of special finance.
That's right. Regardless of your credit history, you may have had a bankruptcy, a foreclosure, or you're just new to town, we can help. So pick up the phone and give us a call at 1-800-359-7777.
Don't let credit keep you from purchasing a new or used car. Just give us a call here at Fusillo Import Auto Mall. Again, the number is toll-free at 1-800-359-7777, or just make the short drive to Outer Washington Street in Watertown, where we're open 7 days a week. Don't let credit keep you from buying a car or truck. Come see us right here at the Fusillo Import Auto Mall.
Well, here we are getting ready to train for the Olympics with the Truesdells Furniture Bobsled team.
I'm telling you what, this is a great idea. We'll practice heading down the hill, and I'm telling you, we're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Yeah, right. Hey, guy. I hope we didn't hurt the little guy on this thing. Unbelievable. I got to get the Truesdells for a recliner or a sofa or something. Truesdells Discount Furniture Warehouse, going for the gold.
For over 50 years, 3 generations of the Petrillas family have provided the North Country with dependable, professional, and courteous service at Pine Cleaners. With state-of-the-art equipment, the experts at Pine Cleaners can keep all your clothing in excellent condition. From basic laundry and dry cleaning to alterations, they do it all for you at Pine Cleaners. Same-day service is available at all 5 convenient drop-off locations in Watertown and Sackett's Harbor. Open 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday, Pine Cleaners, where they do it only one way, the right way.
For every person out there impacted by this ice storm, there is a story to tell.
And Mel Bustler went in search of some happy tales.
And Brian, we found out about all the bad things that happened with the storm. There had to have been some good things associated with the ice storm. That's why I'm here at the local mall to find out if anyone has some good stories to tell about the last week.
Getting to go stay with my mother was nice, and the whole family was home from Mississippi and from here, so we all got to have like a family reunion.
I think everybody got closer together, and everybody, you know, we huddled together, and everybody was helping everybody, so I think a lot of good come out of the storm.
It brought the family together. Got to see my dad.
Very good.
I got a job at Philly Fuels, New York, the only place that was open during the ice storm.
And you were there?
I was there giving a hand.
Very good. And what about you, Tammy?
I got to watch.
You got to watch?
There's no animosity. The people just really feel concerned with each other. I like the way that people are helping each other, you know, checking on the elderly, that type of thing.
What was the best thing that happened?
Probably everybody thought of this. Probably no school.
You didn't want to go to school?
No.
You see, Ann and Brian, there were definitely some great things that came out of this ice storm, although I think the majority of folks would not want to go through it again right away. Except for maybe the kid with the school.
Mother Nature socked us with a 1-2 punch, devastating ice, torrential rain, and finally heavy snow. But the North Country refused to stay down for the count.
As one local woman put it, you can take away my electricity, my power, and even my home, but you can't take away my spirit. And that sums up the way hardy North Country residents made it through Ice Storm 98, the storm of the century.
Tonight's special 7 News presentation of Ice Storm 98, Storm of the Century, is brought to you by these fine sponsors. Truesdale's, Hepburn Medical Center, Pine Cleaners, and Bell Atlantic. We thank these fine sponsors, as well as the countless thousands in the North Country who bonded together through these most difficult times of Ice Storm 98, Storm of the Century. To obtain a copy of this 7 News special presentation, Ice Storm 98, Storm of the Century, send a check or money order for $12.79, includes tax and shipping, to WWNY TV, 120 Arcade Street, Watertown, New York, 13601.
It's our annual winter clearance here. If you sell a Mitsubishi. Hi, folks. I'm Angie Stevens.
And I'm Tom Parker. Folks.